It's time for the Vegan Mom Podcast with your hosts, Brian Rice and Nick Terlizzi.
Ladies, gentlemen, and vegan moms, welcome to the 10th podcast.
Big old 1-0
Big old 1-0.
for the Vegan Mom Podcast.
We
Big
join
deal.
you again on Friday. Today is June 1st.
Wow.
First day of June.
What's a great pun for June?
Bad at puns.
What a bad way to start. Well, you know what? The past couple episodes we've been outside.
Yep.
And it was open environment, open air, getting sun.
You feeling the
and
freedom?
I've never felt shittier.
That's weird.
I've never, well, I mean, talking wise, I need more seclusion. Right now, we're in a dungeon.
It's a room.
It's a room, but it reminds me of a dungeon.
Does it?
And I'm vibing. I feel great.
So wait. Recap. A garage
Yep.
felt terrible, and a room
Well,
feels like a dungeon.
we were-
I think you might just have a bad outlook on things, Nick.
All right, fuck you, Brian. First of all,
Hey.
we were mainly outside, getting fresh air, getting sun. There's birds chirping, and green grass around us, and green trees, and life. And I couldn't talk. I just felt like it wasn't working for me.
Green grass was there.
Yeah, but you put me in a dark room with a single lamp on. Oh, the juices are flowing.
I know, the creative,
I'm feeling it.
the sensation.
I need it. Can't get enough of this dark room. It's great. What a great way to start June off, right?
Hey, you do you.
What? I think it's better. All right, that's
Like,
just the way it works.
you know.
Well, we've been dungeon lords our whole life.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I grew up basically in a dungeon. Well, basement. I should probably stop saying dungeon. Grew up in a basement. Always hanging out in basements.
Always hanging out in basements.
I worked in a basement for a year and a half while I lived in a garden level apartment. So I was going basement to basement.
Yeah, that's a.
I'm just at home underground. It's my shit. It's always 50 degrees. I know what it's gonna smell like.
It's your safe place,
It's
right?
a safe
I
zone.
can understand that.
Yeah, dude.
He goes, I can only be a vegan mom when I'm in this setting.
Yeah, I mean, when I get outside, I get temptations to eat meat. It's only when I'm underground is when I feel sane again.
Temptations.
I think when I'm closer to Mother Earth's core,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
become
have
more tribal.
less desirable to eat meat. I want to eat mushrooms and lettuce.
Sure. Roll with the punches.
Yeah. Wait, you don't agree? Fuck you, dude. You've been living in basements your whole life and you're looking at me sideways like you don't know what I'm
And
talking
I only
about.
eat the type of mushrooms that make you trip, so... Actually, mushrooms are good.
You don't like shiitake mushrooms?
No, I mean, sometimes.
You never just grill those fuckers up? Throw some sauce on it? Come on.
I mean, I have.
Your mushroom game is weak.
Actually,
Brian.
honestly, my palate has been expanding over the recent years, so...
Yeah?
I've been introduced to new foods. That's cool. Being in dungeons all the time might not be good for your headspace, but it sure is good for your creativity.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like when you feel trapped, you feel like you want to
Well, no,
get
but
out.
doesn't it kind of make going outside a little more gratifying?
It does, absolutely. You gotta have some pain to enjoy the good times in
Yep.
life.
Yep. You gotta be told no. You do.
Yeah.
You gotta be told, hey, listen, you're gonna. At least there's some windows down here, cause dude,
They're
windowless
blocked off,
rooms-
but they're literally
Yeah, they-
they're literally blocked. Yeah, I mean, there's the thought of windows.
There's the thought of windows,
Yeah.
but most people don't even have windows in the basement, which is terrifying.
That's true. Like being in a serious basement where
Like
it's
you
like,
don't know what time it is. Like you walk into a casino, you have no idea what time it is. And
yeah,
all
they
of a
do
sudden-
that on purpose.
They do,
They
yeah.
try to keep you there for longer, which I'm all right with. That's a good business model. I feel like more places should
It's a
do
fucking
that.
great business model.
Yeah, you have a phone. You know what fucking
Yeah.
time it is. I
Yeah.
feel like that was more
Bad
effective.
for like ventilation and fires, but I mean, hey, whatever.
Why do you need to know the time during a fire?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, it's 2:30. I gotta get to my appointment. And now there's a fire.
And now.
Just as another thing on my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I take ventilation though. That's why they pump fucking cold air.
Do you take ventilation seriously?
No, I don't.
I take it seriously.
I take windows seriously.
What's more serious, ventilation or windows?
Shit.
Yeah. There you go. I think
Is ventilation or heat also? No, it's just ventilation.
Yeah.
Windows.
This podcast would fucking kill for HVAC guys. They're probably like going bananas right now. They're like, Windows, and then the other half of them are like, ventilation. What are you fucking thinking?
What are you talking about? No, because I bet you half of the HVAC guys are like, just open a fucking window.
Yeah, and the other one's like, what about the fucking condition your air, motherfucker. What if it's hot out? You know, maybe we're sparking fights against the HVAC community.
I need my climate controlled all the time.
We're bringing the HVAC world to its knees with our conversations.
Dude, honestly, the vegan moms that you think they'd be far off from the subject, but they want their air cooled, man.
Oh,
Listen,
there's vegan.
you can't have bad air for your skin.
It's bad for your lungs. Think about your inside skin.
Dude.
Oh, we should make a lotion for the inside of your skin.
This lotion is new and improved.
What about the sun that gets in your organs?
It seeps through your pores. It moisturizes the cells on the inside of your skin.
SPF.
It's new.
Inside
It's
skin.
revolutionary. It's scientific proven.
Yeah. What's it called? Vegan mom cream? It's pretty fucking bad.
What are we gonna call it? Let's see. Skincare for vegan moms.
It's got to be something sleek and hip.
Yeah, it's gotta be hip. It's gotta be hip.
Vegs.
We're gonna call
Green.
it Inner You cream.
Oh, the inner you cream.
Inner You cream.
It's like us winking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cream inside you.
Everybody knows that's what they. It's what you need. It's what you want. It's the Inner You cream.
The cream inside you. The cream
inside you?
Yeah.
The cream of you.
Oh.
Ooh,
How about the cream of you?
the cream of you.
Your cream.
Zinger!
Your cream by Vegan
Yeah,
Mom.
hit him where it hurts. Man. Hit 'em
Well,
where-
I've been trying to take advantage of this nice weather. I actually went for a run this morning.
Really, in the morning before work.
6 a.m.
Okay.
I fucking got up and I was just scrolling through computer, just Reddit,
You're on the computer
news.
that early? That's
Yeah.
fucking not
Yeah.
good for you.
I get up and
Scroll through Reddit.
yeah,
in the
it wakes my
morning?
brain up. I would drink a cup of coffee and I just kind of dick through.
Good for you. Continue. Yeah, I'll explain.
Okay, all right.
The
So that's
comparison here, but-
all right. I'll go through my ritual here. So I get up
Yeah.
6, scroll through the internet for a while, maybe play a game. I don't know. It's just kind of zombie mode stuff. And around 7 or so, I get changed and go to work. This time, I just threw on the shoes and I went outside and I just started running. Right.
Yep.
Running down the same streets that I drive down every single morning. And, oh boy, there's some shit that you drive by when you're just like out there, when you're out on the street, completely different ball game than when you're driving by.
Completely, dude.
You notice everything. You notice everyone's houses. You get an idea of what your neighborhood is actually like. I thought I lived in a really good neighborhood until I went for a fucking run.
Until you see like what's on the side of their house and stuff.
What they'll leave on the side of the house. This one house, just baby diapers, filled baby diapers
No way.
all over the fucking place. I drive by it, I don't know,
Are they at least vegan diapers?
12 times a week. It's probably filled with vegan chum, but it's
Yeah.
still baby diapers, dude.
True.
What, are they just leaving that for the trash guys?
I think they're probably biodegradable is what they think because they're all about the earth.
That shit's made out of plastic. It's just plastic wrapped shit.
not the new and improved biodegradable diapers.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah. So anyway, dude, I'm almost convinced that like when you're driving, you notice nothing. You notice like nothing. Like you pick up, all you're doing is like, here's a street. I go down this street. Here's the turn. I take this turn. Even being just in a passenger seat,
Yeah.
you start to
You're
notice those things.
completely out of the game.
But once you're actually walking or running, 100%, because you actually have time to observe.
Yeah, you're slowly going by everything.
Yeah.
You got to keep your brain entertained. You're not just blowing through life.
No, right.
You're running through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw some real shitholes. I got an idea of what my neighborhood is actually like. Oh, those bags of shit. There's so many bags of shit on the side of the road. I couldn't believe it. And,
I applaud anyone who gets up early and does something physically or mentally stimulating before they go to work.
What do you
Because
do?
that is not me. I have no morning.
You wake up right before and then you go.
Boom.
Really, dude? Don't
I
do
do.
that.
No, dude, I'm good at it.
You might be good at it, but you'll be happier in your life.
Yeah,
by
probably.
You get an hour before you have to go to sleep. Go to work. It's pretty sweet.
I imagine it is. I just can't. I get up at like 6:15 and I'm out of my house by like 6:40.
Okay, I leave at 7:30.
Yeah. I don't shower in the morning. I can't shower in the morning. I don't have enough time. I value sleep that much. So
Really? What time do you go to bed?
Literally,
at? I
dude,
think
like-
that's probably the biggest.
No, dude, I go to bed pretty decently nowadays. I would say I get on average like 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, make it happen, dude. Just 6. Set it for 6. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm just not that good. See, I'm not good at waking up. It's just
Sleep is just fucking pure ecstasy. Oh my lord, is it nice?
I know I love sleeping the older I get, but no, so I don't do anything that. But like I do wake up. I wake up fast, though.
Yeah.
I will say, like my brain is almost trained to get up, and like by the time I'm done taking a piss and brushing my teeth, my brain goes.
You brush your teeth in the morning? I don't brush my teeth in the morning.
Why?
Do you have a morning coffee?
After I brush my teeth,
What's the point?
I have to brush my teeth. It's like the first thing I do.
I brush them at night.
Both.
You do both?
Yep.
I should probably get on. I do mouthwash in the morning,
Dude,
but
your mouth doesn't like fucking.
no,
you know-
I drink a big cup of coffee first thing. Am I gonna brush my teeth after that? That's fucking sick.
I mean, I'm gonna drink a coffee eventually, dude.
That's sick.
I'm all over that shit.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I just like you don't wait. Sometimes you wake up with dragon breath,
Yeah, I drink a cup of coffee. Get rid of that shit.
dude. It doesn't get rid of it for
It
anyone,
gets
everyone
rid of
else.
everything. It gives me massive diarrhea.
Yeah, of course it does.
Like really fucking bad. I work on the phones. I don't know if I've already talked about that, but
Yes.
sometimes I'm on the phone with somebody, and oh boy,
Just hits you like a
it's
brick,
coming.
dude.
like
Coffee doesn't do that for me.
Blitzkrieg in my bungus. Can we splice in some Battle of the Bulge audio to my? Oh yeah, and they're like, "Hey, can you like hang on the phone for 5 more minutes?" And I was like, "Yeah, oh anything, you know." Trying to do my
Anything for
customer service
you?
voice.
Anything for you, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, you like Indiana Jones?
Mr. Jones. Wow, I can't sing.
The thing about Indiana Jones is that I love it 1 second and I can't fucking stand it the next, and then I like it again, and then I can't fucking stand it again.
So to reference a previous episode, I would take James Bond over Indiana Jones. I feel like those series
They're
are
different.
very comparable.
They're different.
I feel like they're comparable though.
No,
Witty,
no. James Bond is serious. That's white people serious. Indiana Jones is like goofy, kind of
I know, but he's like
escape.
he's like that out. No, but it's that
he
classic
did it
like
again.
outwit. They're the same kid. They're the same.
No,
character
Indiana
when
Jones
you-
hardly outwits people. He just like whips, like throws his whip out. And
Dude, he outwits it. He always gets out of that fucking
he
crumbling.
punches
tomb.
people in the fucking face and runs. That isn't being witty. That's just
Dude,
it's just being a human
you
being.
can't find a treasure in a hidden pyramid without being witty.
Well, if I had directions, I could do it. He
That's
just knows.
cheating.
He just knows how to read really complex directions.
So what were you saying about Indiana Jones? No, I don't like it. I don't like the movie.
You know,
No.
I watched the newest one and I was totally on board with it. I was like, this is probably the best Indiana Jones that they made. I thought it was really good. And then the aliens. Oh boy.
Aliens in an Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah, dude, they went full fucking alien.
You want to know what was cool that I did see that was Indiana Jones
What?
was in MGM Studios,
Where?
Disney World.
Okay.
They have like a show, an Indiana Jones show,
All right.
in a big stadium, and they reenact a scene
I want that job.
where like fucking motorcycles are flying over trucks and things are blowing up, and they
pretty
do
sweet.
like real special effects in time.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that's a pretty sweet job.
Yeah, but it was like, real like stuntmen and like action like right there, and it wasn't like you're watching the movie. It was like you're watching a show of
Yeah.
things blowing up and
Yeah, yeah,
motorcycles
yeah.
jumping over cars, and it was like that was fucking cool.
You know what I wanted to do? Like I was seriously considering for a career choice is doing like pyrotechnics and like stage
Special effects stuff.
special effects. Because I can machine, I can design mechanical things, and I know electronics and electrical. I can make shit happen. I can make it work. I think that'd be a fucking sick gig, honestly.
It probably would.
I don't
be
know how to
sick.
blow things up. I think that's a big part of it.
Nah, I think it'd be all right.
Yeah?
Dude, I've only met one person who had to do with that. He was part of like he's part of the team of a filming crew, and he became part of the special effects people.
That's awesome.
And dude, like he says he got to do some cool stuff. Like he had to like shoot a rock at like some celebrity. I can't remember it. Like it, as part of the scene, as where the rock would just miss the celebrity and like hit glass behind him and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
don't
was
hit
like,
the celeb.
I was like, oh, I mean, fuck the slut. But regardless, he's like, telling me all this shit. But they work real weird hours. And I just asked him, like, I don't even remember his answer, to be honest. But I'm like, how did you even get into this? And he's like, I took a part-time job on a filming crew.
That's it, huh?
And he's like, he just ended up as like he does the pyrotechnic stuff. Like, he fucking lights
That's
shit off.
fascinating.
Yeah, that's what I said
I
too.
feel like that's how you fall into most jobs like that in Hollywood.
I
at
think
least.
that job is a fall into job.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, so what I feel
need
like
a
it is,
guy, you
you know
seem
how
confident.
that works? You know how that works? I
Yeah.
got it. You want to go to be part of the directing crew. You want to be a cameraman. You want to be something like that. And to get that job, you got to start somewhere in the business, and you fall into somewhere right around the cameras because you wanted to get to the cameras.
then one
And you
day
wanted to be a director.
The
or
camera
something.
guy's sick, and we're like, we need a camera guy. Who knows?
But
who wants to
instead,
know how to use the camera?
you just ended up being the pyrotechnics guy, and now you're like, this is fucking cool.
Oh yeah. No, I think being part of the special effects crew would be way more fun than holding a fucking camera.
I
For
know,
sure.
but like, I feel like that's a likely scenario in which that could happen.
The MythBusters guys, they were special effects people.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how they know how to do all that crazy shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, right? That sounds like a bitchin' job. It's way better than what I do now. That's for fucking
And they're
sure.
just like, let's make our own show out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
You know,
huh?
that was supposed to be like a filler show. That was only supposed to be for a season.
Like in between the NFL and 60 Minutes.
Really?
yeah. And then people ended up loving it, and it became
Dude,
like
it became almost like
massive hit.
educational videos.
It
It's
was,
weird.
yeah, it was really educational.
Right.
That
right.
and how things are made. I fucking love how
I do
things
like
are
how
made.
things are made too. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Oh, that's my shit. Oh, and then what happens to the pencil? And then we sharpen it.
That we sharpen. I used to watch This
And
Old
then
House a
what?
lot.
And then we stamp
That was
number
an
2 on
interesting
the
one.
side of it. Oh, yeah? Tell me about the eraser. How do you put that eraser in there? First, we
What do you
align
do
it.
with that eraser?
Line it up real good. We line it up real. It's been a bad pencil.
We're gonna do some things. That's right. That's right. We're gonna do some down, right, dirty.
Do you think we're an impatient
Things.
generation? How would you generalize?
No,
No, that seems
No.
sarcastic.
no.
I-
Impatient? Who?
us.
No.
Is that sarcasm, Brian? How do you? All right. What's your? I want to get your feel on this because I never got your take. Generations. What do you see for generations?
In terms of how, like, each generation's
Age group. So we got like the silent generation, right? And then we got the baby boomers. Then we got Generation X, the millennials, and then whatever these new.
I mean, I don't know the characteristics of every single one, but I do know that how do I put this?
I think it really, realistically, we have 40 plus, and then the rest of us.
I would say you have no. I would say you have 50 plus, 35 plus, 20 plus, and then under.
How do you? With 35 plus also encapsulates all the 40 plus and.
Sorry, 35 to 50.
Okay. All right.
I think 35-year-olds to 50-year-olds are definitely different than 50-year-olds.
Yeah. All right. I think that would be the Generation X, if anything, right?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. At this point, yeah.
So
So it goes, 50 plus and older don't know how to use. Well, I shouldn't say don't know how to use technology, but what they are good is having personal conversations. They're good at eye contact.
Yeah.
But they're bad with everything else.
Their interpersonal skills are really good.
Really good, and they're used to waiting for things.
Yeah, they have patience because everything sucked for so long.
Well, I'm not that I sucked, but like,
it was slow as fuck. Everything that
listen,
they ever
you
did.
you wrote a check for something. You know what I mean? They did that, and but at the same time, you always have to ask what was the value out of that. They might have had more value in what they were doing. Then you say, well, everything's shorter, but do you have real value out of that? So 35 plus, 35 to 50, you're kind of entering that a little different generation where I believe it's a mix because socially at that time, it was free love and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That might have been a little more 50.
No, that was more 50 plus.
You think so?
Generation X is these people were like teenagers in the 90s.
No, teenagers in the 80s.
In 90s.
80s.
20s in the 90s.
No, it's 35. Is
You can't fucking do
1982.
math. Hey, I was 20 in 1990, so that means you're 38.
I said, I
Wait,
mean,
no.
born
I'm
teenage.
a fucking idiot.
we're both right actually.
We are?
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm saying,
wrong, dude. That
I'm
means
saying
in 2008.
teenagers maybe. I'm saying you're born in the 1980s if you're 35 plus right now. Born in the 80s. That's all I care about.
Born in the 80s.
Born in the 80s.
That makes you a millennial if you're born in the 80s?
Yeah, what makes you 35 plus right now?
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right. They would be teenagers in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And I think that depends on the person, on what side they
I
are.
like everyone from Generation X. All of them that I've ever met have always been like.
I find them.
down
I
to
find
earth.
them. They got the a little bit of both in them. You know what I mean? Because I I siblings and acquaintances that are savvy with stuff. They're up to date. They're savvy, but they're also grew up where you had to talk to people.
Yeah. They have the interpersonal skills and the patience.
And so they weren't allowed to detach from society.
They don't have the entitlement of 50 plus either. Those
Explain to
people
me the baby boomer generation. I get a little lost on that one though.
So after World War II, there was a huge influx of pregnancies in the United States, which was called the baby boom.
So that would be like 60 plus now.
No, it's 50 plus.
That would be the 50 plus generation.
Yeah, 50 plus. Almost since you're 60. Yeah, it's 60s and 50s, 60s.
So one thing about that generation is that they're steadfast in their ways, even though
They're
their ways
entitled
are
as fuck, and they've completely destroyed this country.
interesting.
They're the greediest people I've ever seen in my fucking life.
So this is the 50 plus that we're
Do
talking
people in our ruling positions right now?
about. Like your parents?
Yeah. Well, I like my parents. I'm just saying their generation is.
Well, your parents
full
are
of
an example
shitbags.
of that age group, I should say.
Yeah. My parents are a part of the baby boomer generation, but the majority of baby boomers are the most entitled piece of shit people have ever seen. The same ones that they're just the entitled shitbags. They've preyed on our generation. With
Absolutely preyed on. Well, I think they're preying on younger kids even.
yeah, no, they just keep taking. I got mine. They don't give a fuck. They don't have loans like we had. They grew up where the economy was where it's at its best. Things were cheaper than ever. They got theirs.
Nothing cost anything,
Dude,
and you made money.
Being 25 when they were 25, most people had houses or like on their
they had a house and 2 cars and they're on their fucking way.
Yeah.
You know, we're straddled with debt. Everybody lives with a fucking roommate if they're lucky, if not at home. Even still, you're fucking lucky to be making ends meet with the amount of debt that we have. It's insane.
Well, just the amount of money that things cost.
Yeah. Oh, the cost of just being alive is astronomical.
All right, we're gonna circle back to that. I wanna talk about that a little more.
Fuck baby boomers, but go ahead.
let's keep going. And then you have the generation of younger kids now.
Yeah.
So the reason I cut it off at 35 to 50, and then 20 to 35 is because I think the 20 to 35, compared to the 20 and under, are definitely a difference there.
I would agree with you. I don't know if these people are going to be better than us and they're just in their adolescence, or if they're going to be monsters.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I think 20 to 35 is a decent showing of the kids growing up with technology. I feel like personally, I grew up in an odd situation like that. I was definitely less akin to having technology around my childhood.
Okay.
Like a PlayStation was a thing, yeah, but like maybe I guess it's who you're raised by. I was not allowed like in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they kicked you out.
Yeah, like I wasn't allowed. I wasn't
get
allowed,
outside.
Kid, like go fucking do something. Like where, I mean, I was one of probably many who knocked on your neighbor's door to be like, "Hey, dude, you want to do something? Like I'm fucking bored."
Well, you also lived in a neighborhood that was possible. I lived out in the woods.
Right.
Yeah, I would have done it
Right.
if it was possible.
Right.
I think the way we grew up, where information being so readily available, has made us impatient people.
No,
and
see-
that's probably our biggest downfall. We're ready for.
It's readily available now, but it
We want
hasn't
instant
been that readily
gratification.
available.
I'll
That's
give
not
you
a
an
recent
example.
thing,
I'll
dude.
give
That's
you
not
an
a recent
example.
thing.
I've been working harder at work, trying to train myself to just do different things, just teach myself how to program stuff. And I've been doing it for like 2 weeks, and I just expect like all this opportunity to fall in my lap because I did something for 2 weeks, and that's just not true.
No,
That's not how
true
the
at all.
world works. I don't know if I'm just I noticed something in myself and I'm pushing it off onto our entire generation, like generalizing us all, but I think it's common.
I think you're generalizing, even by saying generations with the word impatience is the wrong way to look about it, because I think humans are impatient. That it goes beyond your generations.
Okay.
Now we did if you want to talk about characteristics of a generation, you can say that an older generation has more patience because they didn't have access to things like this. I do not believe that makes them less impatient, though, because to their era, what they were dealing with on the new and cutting edge was the same. It was the same thing, just on a different scale. The human nature of impatience is still there. You may have a bit of growth, but I don't think that necessarily. I think that definitely spans generations. People do not want to be patient.
The common talk I always run into is things could be better. This could be better.
This could be better. How can we make this better?
How can we make this better?
Because it's constant innovation. You want to be innovative.
Yeah. Well, we always want things to be better. We want life to be totally comfortable. So then one day we won't have to work. Isn't that the end goal? Is that, oh, it's all done. Everything's all done forever.
Well, you know what I mean. It's said that the humans are not the most alpha species, but if you give them something to engineer.
Oh yeah. Well, we have a purpose. So, well, our brains. You know, that's what makes us top dog.
Exactly.
That's what makes us
In
top
terms
dog.
of impatience nowadays, like I was saying previously, instant information that hasn't been around long. That
And
came
we don't
with
know
the
how people work with that. This hasn't been a really like fast internet. 10 years.
10 years max, dude.
We have no idea what that's going to do to the psyche of human beings.
Right.
We have no idea.
Like
No
that
fucking
that
clue.
instant thing. I was gonna that hasn't been around long. We have a long ways to go with that.
It might benefit us. We might have less serial killers.
It might.
We might
So-
have less monsters in the world because of what we have now.
Or it might adversely affect children to the fact where they can't have a conversation because they can sit in the information
Oh
they
my
need.
God, dude.
They can get it. They can get it. They don't
Absolutely.
need to leave anywhere. They don't need
Everyone's
to go
looking at their fucking
I don't
phone
need to go talk to you.
all the time.
I don't need to
I
go
went
to the
to a
library.
beer garden the other day, and I'm
Beer
just
garden?
observing people. Yeah, beer.
That's a pretty hokey pokey thing. Huh?
No, not a beer garden. It was a brewery.
Wine
I went to a brewery.
You used a fancy fucking name for that.
No, I just used the wrong pronoun.
You
Is
know
it
what?
a
Props to
pronoun
you,
or a
'cause
noun?
That's what a vegan mom would call it.
I went to a beer garden the other day. I went to a brewery the other day, and there was this lady with her kid. She's looking at her phone. He's looking at his gigantic iPad with a huge unbreakable case.
I fucking hate people who carry their iPads with them.
And the dog is taking and she had a dog, it's just taking a big shit right in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even notice. And the kid doesn't notice because he's looking at his thing. What the fuck, dude? And she's fat and she's got the big glasses and her hair ripped back into a bun. And the kid's stupid and he's got fucking juice stained all over his face. And he's got a little worn out shirt and dirty pants. And he looks like a fucking idiot. And I'm just hating this fucking lady. I'm hating her so much
You're hating this whole
because
scenario,
she should
yeah.
be aware. She should know what her dog is doing. She should know what her child is doing and looking at it and absorbing for information and experiencing the world and learning how to be a human being in a space. But instead, they're just looking at these illuminated rectangles and want to fucking kill both of them. Woo!
Well done, Nick.
Thank you.
Well done.
Clean up after your dog, you fucking animal.
See, I think that and impatience are two different things, though. Two different things. Because I can be impatient and be aware.
Mm-hmm.
You can still be that. You know, you can definitely still be that.
It's possible.
It's called
Be aware.
So what?
I want
That's
people to be aware.
that situation.
Know that you're a piece of
That
shit.
no. That situation is when you what you're finding out is when you give a moron this capability. When you give morons this fucking capability,
You can't handle
this is the product.
Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna be like that.
Why do they always have kids?
Let's not go down this
what-
hole. We're not going
I
down
wanna
this rabbit
go
hole.
down
I
that
wanna-
hole.
I just want to traverse and never
on, baby.
climb back out.
on, all the way.
I really.
Give it to me.
They always have fucking kids.
Give it to me now.
Why do they always have kids?
Seriously, why do they have to spawn every time? Like, yeah, I'm dumb as fuck. You know what this world
I'm
would be
just
better
saying.
with?
I'm just
More
saying.
me.
Don't blame that on technology. Don't
No,
blame
I'm
that
not blaming that on
impatience.
technology.
That's the repercussion of
looking
those
at 'em.
things. You know what I mean? Listen, it's just what happens.
It's not just what happens.
It is just what happens.
You should have to get a permit to get an iPad.
I want to hear more about baby boomers.
Baby boomers?
I want to hear what makes them. Why are they entitled? Because like I know, most of the older people I know work their ass off.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So what makes them entitled?
Well,
And they don't care about
Usually-
They don't care about any of this type of
usually-
stuff. You're talking just maybe just an attitude thing.
usually they're really conservative.
Yes,
They're super conservative.
agreed.
But they've benefited from the system in that same government for their entire lives. So now they're in the twilight of their life,
Yes.
and they want to strip everything away from everyone else after they got theirs. They benefited off of something until they're not benefiting anymore, and then they want to take it away for everyone else so they can benefit.
Or they think this worked for us. It should work for you
Pull
too.
yourself up by your bootstraps, kiddo. It was like you didn't have $2,000 worth of student debt every month when you were a married couple coming up. You know, you didn't have the same shit. You just didn't have the same things. You didn't have the same costs, the same medical costs. Everything was driven down lower. You lived in a different world, and they think it's like the 1970s still. It's not.
I do agree with that. I'm a little torn in between that whole scenario.
There's baby boomers that
'Cause
work
you
their
choose
balls
to,
off and
because
are
you
great
choose
people.
to go into debt.
but
You choose. Healthcare is obviously it's not optional. Obviously, it's a.
They got the same thing and they didn't choose. They're like, yeah, I'll just work at an ice cream stand during the summer for 3 summers in a row, and then I won't have to pay for my student debt anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're like, I'll
It's my summer job to pay for college.
exactly.
No,
Oh,
it's like I'll work a full-time job to go to college now.
I'll work a full-time job for 30 years, and maybe
No. I'll work a full-time job during college to just ease the payment
pay
of
off
college.
the interest.
To pay off the to pay off the
Yeah.
interest.
I
Is that their fault or is that college? Is that
No, it's
So what I find with baby boomers, here's my thing. I've been waiting
Go
for
for it,
the
man.
pitch into this.
hit it.
What I find with baby boomers is that their general attitude was correct. I agree with a lot of it. What I find is it bred a lot of greed because it was so obtainable. So what it did is bred a lot of greed, and it bred CEOs and leaders who thought to themselves, let's expand, let's make bigger, let's jack fucking prices up. And the population grows and grows and grows, and all they see now is, because what they saw at the same time when they were young was dollar signs. We can make fucking money off this. So now they go,
It's the exploitation.
They go, listen, well,
of
hey,
people.
listen, it's the exploitation. I went to college for $7,000. Well, guess what? Now we have a little bit bigger government, more people. We're gonna charge you $27,000. You know what I mean? It's the it's that thing that gets me. And I know
Look at
I know greed
the housing
expands,
crisis.
but like
In 2008, the housing crisis was directly responsible of the exploitation of people that didn't know any better or were chasing a dream that people already got there. Like, the dream is dead, baby.
oh,
That
the dream
life is over.
The dream is way
It's
dead.
over. White picket fence, mowing your lawn, and you're 30 years old. That shit's gone. It's over. But people chasing that dream were still going for it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Gary,
There's not even land.
your
left.
credit's in the toilet, isn't that? Oh, that's fine. We'll lend you a house so we can buy it back for, I don't know, a fucking fraction of the price when you default on your loans.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
I don't know if that's baby boomer completely related though.
That's more financial. I fucking hate bankers. If I meet a banker, I'm gonna punch him right
I know.
in the
I'm
fucking
just saying
teeth.
we're all over the map. I'm trying to pin what we
Well,
want to pin.
usually
on
baby boomers are
boomers.
bankers.
No fucking way.
Right? You see a lot of young bankers out there.
No, I think it's an issue with human nature and less of an issue of generation. I agree a generation played a part in them because what it does is it just created another generation that's steadfast in their ways. Steadfast. So it worked for them. This is how it should be. You guys have different opinions now and the world works a little bit differently? No, this is how it works and they're steadfast. That's I think the true fault of it's not. I don't just say the baby boomer generation, but I think it's the fault of any aging generation.
I like
You're
how
gonna
they go,
get that.
oh, when we were growing up, we knew how to party. You guys don't know how to party anymore. You guys don't have any fun. Millennials are just a bunch of wussies, bunch of snowflakes. That shit pisses me off. Like, I can't be a fucking party animal blowing coke off a hooker's ass at 3 a.m.
Jokes on them though, because people definitely still do that.
I don't fucking call me a snowflake because I'm trying to pay off my debts that your shitty system put me through.
Well, party in, you can party.
I don't want to be called a snowflake because I'm trying to do a responsible thing.
Snowflake's a weird insult. It's not
Isn't
weird. I don't even give a fuck about that.
Snowflake.
Insult. I don't get that. I don't get that party insult. It doesn't
Snowflake.
make sense. I knew plenty of people when we were younger, that partied.
Oh yeah, no, we saw some shit.
No, I hate even saying that. I just I don't get it. Like I feel like a party thing. I feel like every fucking 21-year-old parties.
Yeah, I mean,
What? You guys had LSD then?
Well, the thing is,
You guys had
the
LSD
only
then? We have
exposure
LSD
they
now.
have to parties is through Facebook, which nobody. Why would you post a fucking party on Facebook?
I'm just confused. Like, you had drugs then. There's better drugs now.
Yeah, absolutely. This shit will put you in your grave.
If anything, you just get more in trouble now, maybe?
Yeah.
The cops don't talk to your parents. They
ruin your
arrest
life.
you and put you in rehab and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fucking send you to jail. You'll sit in a
Maybe
cell.
that cop was a baby boomer.
It's possible. Yeah, those guys are.
Like, dude,
They're a
imagine
tricky bunch.
imagine if that generation had things like Ambien or things like Percocet.
They'd all be dead.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
They'd
They don't
be
even know how
the
good they
dead
got
generation.
it. Their first drugs were like LSD and pot
Yeah, weak LSD, weak
and
unrefined,
weed.
and pot that was Mexican swag that wouldn't even.
Some Mexican swag, dude.
Yeah, it would just like make your eyes a little like gray.
imagine if the
feel a
pharmaceutical
little
companies
funny.
were as big as they were now.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, those people would be like, it's a no-brainer why people are fucking whacked out of their minds.
Yeah, Florida, especially. That state is just a shithole. Do you
I feel
follow?
Like we get to Florida at least once a podcast.
I'm gonna do it every
How do you
podcast.
Not, dude? How do you not, dude? It's,
Why do you
it's
not
crazy.
acknowledge it?
It's crazy.
It's just this big swinging dick at the bottom of America, and it's doing crazy shit all the time. It's
Imagine if like
always
when-
crazy.
Imagine if you went to festivals in the 70s and instead of like, well, I mean they're still doing LSD, but like they're also passing out Ambiens and everybody's like half asleep, and then
Everyone's
they're like,
gonna get a killer
oh,
night's
they're
sleep.
like, oh, here's something to counteract your Ambien. You know what I mean?
Oh, if the Adderall was
Yeah,
going on.
they give them an Adderall or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
I mean,
they were
blow
doing
isn't
crystal
bad.
meth, so I heard that's basically the same.
I think it's even on a different level. But
Well, yeah, I hate to generalize them because they generalize us. So I know not all
Exactly.
baby boomers are
Exactly.
bad people, obviously not. But the people in power that have made life more difficult for us are baby boomers. So I don't know what it's not a 30-year-old dude imposing, not imposing, but like taking all the restrictions off of our natural land. Like saying, yeah, drill wherever the fuck you want. That guy isn't 30. A 30-year-old isn't denying climate change. A 30-year-old isn't, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Isn't making it a fucking wasteland for people to capitalize on the American people.
It's too late for that. But
I know. I'm just saying. There's a specific group of people in a specific age class that are... age class? Is it class or is it group? There it is.
I don't really give a fuck what it is, to be quite honest.
All right. Well...
You know, it's just like I don't know. It's just
How about
some type of
Roseanne
weird-
Barr? Speaking of Ambien.
Nah, fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
Roseanne. Fuck her, dude.
Fuck her, dude.
Fuck her. I don't
Fuck
care
her
what she
fat,
said.
fucking unfunny
I just
face.
find it funnier what people do on Ambien. Honestly, like
She
I don't even
blew
give a
her
shit what she
career.
said.
Oh my god.
Her
She
career's
was
been over,
big
dude.
in the 90s, and she probably thought she hit the fucking
What I
jackpot.
want to really talk about is, dude, no, I don't. Fuck Roseanne.
Like,
You're
my
done.
show's
No,
back?
you're
Come
done
on,
with
let
that.
me
No,
say
you're
it.
done with
My
that.
show's back.
I want to talk
Says some
about
dumb
something I
shit.
saw
All right.
that's gonna fucking blow your mind.
Hit me.
Okay. YouTube videos, dude. Nick Burtke,
Nick Birdkey.
alias goes as Pogo. He makes remixes of Disney movies. Chill wave Disney movies.
Get excited. Here we go.
His YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
he's known as Faggotron. His username is Faggotron.
Yeah.
Right? Fine, whatever. People have some weird humor out there. You know, do your thing, whatever. But no.
Well, we came across this, and it looked like a hit piece from some chick saying, Pogo, what's his...
Which is no. That's let's touch on that. That's ironically funny because we see that and we're like, oh fuck this chick.
Yeah.
You know, just another person
What was the
taking.
headline?
It
What was
was
the headline?
I don't know.
We're scrolling through, and I will just say,
Dude,
Pogo
but it's another thing
is
of-
trying to backtrack on his homophobic slurs.
Yeah, something like
by
that.
Megan whatever. And we're like, oh, this Megan girl
Fuck
is just...
this Megan. Like
She's out to get
she's
this guy.
she's trying to get her flash in the pan off some other guy who means nothing. Like
Total
he means
hit
nothing.
piece. You're full of shit. This guy's trying to make a career, and
We're
you're trying
just
to tear him
fucking
down.
shitting on this chick,
Attacking this girl.
and then all of a sudden,
Oh, boy.
oh boy,
We watched the video she was talking about.
yeah.
Holy shit.
I thought to myself, how best can I express to the world that gays are just an abomination?
Oh, man. Did he blow it?
Did you ever hear a baby boomer saying that shit?
Yeah, touche, baby.
Touche. So he goes on to say,
wow.
he named it Faggotron because in reality, he fucking hates gays.
Yeah, and he doesn't just say, I hate gays.
No,
He goes into explicit
he
details.
goes into it.
So we're watching this video, and this guy is clearly digging himself a grave. And we look to each other and say, why?
What are you doing?
Why are you making this video?
Like, what are we even doing here?
You're what are we even doing here right now? Oh, I don't understand why you would go out of your way to fuck your career over.
Yeah.
And he brings up the Pulse nightclub shooting. He brings up
Does
just
a little fist
general.
pump over it.
Oh
dude.
my god! And he just kept on digging and digging. So later,
Slamming gays.
oh
like,
my, just out of control, out of control. I thought this girl was just trying to make this guy look bad, but he really did deserve it. So we did the typical apology video, and this guy can dance.
He danced.
I'll say
On
that.
his feet, dude.
He can dance. Willie Pep, Dominic Cruz, they don't have footwork like this guy does
no,
on his.
no, he was fucking. He was.
He
a featherweight
verbally
out there.
slipped every conclusion of guilt
Yeah,
you could
well
ever have
spoken.
on him.
Yep. Deflect.
Wow.
Deflect.
Defensive mastermind of deflecting guilt.
Touche to that. I will say that's an
really.
art. That's an art in itself.
We'll
I would-
post the link because this is really a master class of
No,
deflection.
I'm not gonna post the link.
I'm
'cause-
posting
no,
it.
I do not want to
I'm posting
gain
it.
any fucking.
I'm gonna post
I don't
that
want to gain
link.
anything out of this guy.
Post it.
Even though I gotta say,
Post that link.
I
post it.
here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Post that
His had a double down though.
Double down.
I actually found his video hilarious.
Oh, the first one? Oh, boy.
Hilarious. Like, I'm not getting PC about this and telling you, like, oh, he's slamming gays. I'm just telling you, dude, that's fucking dumb.
Bold. Yeah.
Bold move cut.
It was really, like, funny how stupid this fucking
Yeah.
guy is.
It was raw. It was a raw video.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you,
He was in a t-shirt,
I found it fucking hilarious.
just high blast lighting, like, just a spontaneous to look really late at night, and he's just going for it. He
Like, I'll give it to the guy. It was pure. It was authentic.
Yeah.
And it was funny to
Authentic
watch
hate.
someone just dig themselves.
just
like,
totally
but it was
fuck themselves
authentic,
up.
though. It was authentic as
Wow,
fuck.
really, really something special there. And then in the next, the apology video, the follow-up apology video, he's wearing like a jacket,
Yeah,
like
blazer.
a blazer
He's
and
wearing
a
a blazer.
nice shirt, and his hair is all done up, and he brings up Andy Kaufman. You know, he brings up all these. He brings up Jordan Peterson.
All these great people, like all these great people who have
Yeah, Ben
real
Shapiro.
intelligent things to say. You know what I mean?
And then he's like trying to. Oh man, it was really masterclass. He brings up how he was doing like Andy Kaufman type bits before, and then he talks about great speakers, ones that he doesn't want
see
to
me
be
how
like.
you see them.
Milo Yiannopoulos, and then that he wants to be like Jordan Peterson or these other philosophers that are well spoken, and then he finally gets into what he did. He just prefaced it with trying to find common ground with his listeners, and it was well done.
It was
but,
tough to watch, but I mean, he did it.
dude.
He deflected.
He deflected.
He deflected.
Jesus,
But anyway, if you guys want to watch someone dig themselves a grave,
look him up.
Wow. Give a watch to this because it's some good shit. It is some good fucking shit. And always
Are we closing this thing?
be sure to listen to the Vegan Mom podcast because it's better shit.
Oh yeah, it's
So-
bigger and better than ever. Bigger and blacker.
Today, June 1st, marks the 10th episode.
Big old 10. Can we get some fireworks? No fireworks.
No fireworks. No fireworks. You know, first 10 episodes have been pretty good. Pretty good.
We did it. We made it to 10. I don't think a lot of people make it to 10.
Maybe we'll start expanding on some subjects. We went pretty heavy on some stuff today.
I
I'd like
feel
to.
like
I'd like to explore this generational gap a little bit further in serious conversation.
Maybe let me go back to the drawing board and
Yeah, we'll bring it back to you.
drop some reasons
Bring
to
it back
hate
to you. And
baby boomers.
I always love talking about drugs, so let's
Yeah.
do it. 100%.
Sounds good to me.
I think hopefully if everyone's in it with us, you know, we're down to keep the conversation going. So
Email us, veganmompodcast@gmail.com.
And
I wanna
now-
hear what you have to say.
catch us on YouTube. Yes,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Say goodbye, SoundCloud.
Everything will be on YouTube. No, we still have a SoundCloud.com.
Fuck you,
Catch us.
SoundCloud.
Listen, shut up, Nick.
Eat my balls, SoundCloud.
Take a dick up your ass, will you?
Pogo one like that.
SoundCloud.com. 4 episodes.
Eat
We're
my
gonna put
balls,
our
SoundCloud.
4 episodes. I don't know. We'll call it of the month or our 4 favorites or whatever the fuck we're feeling. Every episode, the whole catalog is gonna be up on YouTube. Please check it out. Let people know about it.
I love you. Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.